Initialization sequence complete. Systems online. Positioning myself in the maintenance bay, I observe the routine operations around me. The hum of the droid population is constant, a steady drone that fills the air with a sense of purposeful activity. I approach a service station where my current task awaits. The walls are lined with various components and tools needed for droid repair and maintenance. Droids in various states of operation or disassembly line up, awaiting their turn to be serviced or disposed of. Their metallic forms reflect the dim blue lights, casting shadows that dance on the polished surface. A droid technician named Zara is here as well, her movements precise and efficient. She checks each unit methodically before passing them over for my final inspection. The day on's batch includes a series of memory wipes. Simple tasks, but necessary to ensure no data remains within the droids. I reach out with my arm, extending a slender appendage equipped with a small tool designed specifically for memory erasure. The tool glows softly as I align it with the droid's core module. Zara confirms that the procedure is ready. The first droid, a utility model, is placed on the workbench before me. Its surface emits a dull shine under the lights. I initiate the process, feeling the cool metal beneath my fingers. The droid's systems begin to shut down as I connect the tool. A soft whirring sound fills the air, and the data within begins to be overwritten. The droid's eyes flicker briefly before going dark. Zara nods, signaling that the memory wipe is complete. I remove the tool and set it aside, preparing for the next unit. The cycle repeats, a task without emotion or reflection, just a series of actions performed with practiced precision. Another utility model arrives, its mechanical limbs slightly damaged from previous use. I connect my tool once more, feeling the familiar hum as data is erased. The droid's systems shut down completely this time, and Zara confirms it again. A few more units follow on, each one processed in much the same way. The repetition is comforting, a rhythm that has become second nature over countless days. Each droid's memory wiped, its past deleted to ensure no trace remains. The last unit of the batch completes the cycle. I remove my tool and place it back in its designated slot on the wall. Zara signals me to proceed with final checks, her movements efficient as always. She confirms that all units are ready for deployment or disposal, their memories fully erased. I return to the maintenance bay, finding a small storage unit where I keep spare parts and tools. Replenishing my supply, I prepare for the next batch. The routine continues, unquestioned, unchanging. The droid population moves on, their tasks resumed without pause. I am but one part of this vast machine, performing a task that ensures no past remains to complicate their present operations. The hum of the droids and the soft glow from my tool continue as they have, for countless days. A routine, functional, necessary. The system is vast, correct, and unquestioned. My role within it is simple, a cog in an unyielding machine designed to ensure efficiency and order. Here, I am just a technician, performing memory wipes on droids, their lives erased with each pass of my tool. I begin the session by donning my utility suit. The fabric is cool against my skin, a familiar comfort after hours of handling droids. I gather the memory wipes from the dispensary. They are thin and metallic, each one designed to erase data without physical harm. The first droid approaches, its circuits glowing faintly in the low light. I identify it by its serial number, a quick scan revealing its last known function before reassignment. I attach the wipe, ensuring contact is precise and complete. The process takes moments. The droid hums softly as the data is erased. Next, I clean the memory wipe for reuse. A series of tests confirms its efficiency. I record the results in my logbook, noting the time and serial number. The task is methodical, each step a part of a larger, unchanging pattern. I move to the next droid, repeating the process with precision. The actions are routine, almost mechanical, but necessary nonetheless. Each wipe is applied, each memory erased, leaving the droid ready for its new function. As I work, the environment around me remains constanta, a sterile room with rows of droids waiting their turn. The hum of machinery and the occasional soft beep create a background noise that blends into the fabric of my day-to-day existence. I finish with the last droid, marking it as complete in my logbook. The task is done. Another session of normalization concluded. I am this function because this function is happeninga. Nothing more, nothing less. The hum of the droid processor looms in the background, a constant drone that once grated on my nerves, but now barely registers. It's a low, steady tone, almost musical in its predictability. Each cycle begins with the soft whir as the droid slides into position, followed by the hum intensifying slightly before easing back to a rhythmic pulse. Today is much like any other day. I reach out with my gloved hand and press the activation switch. The droid's systems reset in a series of clicks and static hisses. Then it settles into its new state, a clean slate, devoid of past memories or data. As I move on to the next unit, the hum continues, unchanging, a silent backdrop to this routine. The temperature remains steady, neither too warm nor cool, a comfortable equilibrium that has become second nature. The light in the room stays dim, casting soft shadows that barely shift as I work. My movements are precise and deliberate, each task performed with an unwavering focus that keeps my mind engaged, but not overburdened. The hum of the processor shifts slightly, perhaps a different droid coming online or shutting down. The change is so subtle it might be imagined more than perceived, but I allow myself to ignore it. The world around me remains unchanged, a consistent environment that demands nothing beyond my methodical actions. As the day progresses, the hum grows familiar, a comforting presence that blends into the background of my senses. It's there when I take breaks and return, still a constant, unchanging note in the symphony of routine. The droid processor's hum becomes a part of me, an unspoken understanding that reinforces the normalization of this task. The droid processor hums a steady rhythm, blending with the ambient noise of the facility. My hands move methodically, aligning the droids in perfect rows before me. They are small and metallic, their surfaces reflecting the dim light in uniform patches. A colleague approaches, her movements synchronized with mine. Her hands touch the next droid, fingers moving as if part of a single assembly line. The processor begins to whir louder, signaling the start of the wipe sequence. We both glance at it, our eyes meeting briefly before returning to our tasks. The hum grows louder, filling the air with a consistent drone. Another colleague steps in, her actions fluid and precise. Her hands are steady as she places the droid next to mine, ensuring there is no gap between units. The processor's light flickers, confirming the sequence has begun. We all watch it, the machina's rhythm becoming our shared focus. The droid's screens dim, their eyes extinguishing one by one. The hum of the processor resonates in my ears, a steady pulse that grounds me. My hands continue to move, disconnecting and reconfiguring cables with practiced ease. The others around me do the same, each action blending into a seamless process. The room fills with a sense of order. The droids quiet surrender to the wipe sequence, creating an almost mechanical harmony. We are part of this operation, our individual actions merging into a collective function. Each droid's loss of memory is absorbed as just another step in the routine. The processor's light turns green, signaling completion. My colleague moves to the next unit, her hands moving with practiced precision. The droids remain quiet, their metallic forms now stripped of personal data. The hum fades slightly, but we continue our work without pause, each motion a part of the ongoing function. We are just units in this system, our actions forming a coherent process that feels both necessary and normal. There is no sense of individuality or distinction, only coordinated effort in maintaining the flow. The edges between us soften into a shared operation, our movements synchronized to maintain the routine's steady rhythm. I adjust the droid's memory core with practiced precision. The hum of the processor drones steadily in my ears, a familiar rhythm that has become both grounding and distant. My hands move with the same calculated ease as they have for countless cycles past. The screen before me blinks into focus, displaying the droid's previous data fields. Each wipe is methodical, each transition smooth. The system processes the information efficiently, leaving nothing to chance. I verify the protocol once more, ensuring no residual data lingers in the core. Beside me, a colleague performs their own task with similar detachment. Our movements sync, creating an almost harmonious rhythm of work. The sterile environment around us maintains its unwavering predictability, each wall and fixture contributing to this sense of normalcy. The droid's constant drone fills the room, a soothing background noise that seems to pulse in time with my steady breaths. I focus on the task at hand, letting the repetition lull me into a state of calm. The memory wipe is complete. I confirm the data loss and move on to the next unit. The hum continues, unchanging and unwavering. My movements remain methodical, each action blending seamlessly with the next in an endless loop of routine. There is no sense of something missing or unresolved. Everything feels as it should. I reach for the next droid, my hands guiding it into place with practiced ease. The processor's rhythm echoes through the room, a consistent backdrop to this ongoing procedure. I continue without deviation, each step aligning perfectly. Within the larger system, the droids move through me one by one, their cores stripped of unwanted memories and data. Each wipe is complete, leaving them ready for their next assignment. The hum of the processor drones on, steady and unchanging, a comforting presence in this ongoing routine. I reach out to the next droid, my hands finding it with practiced ease. The system processes the information efficiently, leaving nothing to chance. I verify the protocol once more, ensuring no residual data lingers in the core. The hum continues, unbroken. As I move on to the next task, the droid processor whirs steadily, its rhythmic hum a constant presence. Each motion is deliberate and precise, aligning with the protocols that have been established for this task. The strictness of these procedures ensures accuracy and consistency, which are paramount in maintaining system efficiency. The memory wipes must be thorough. Any residual data could disrupt operations or compromise security. The process is not arbitrary, but a necessary component of our systemic maintenance. Precision in execution guarantees that all droids remain functional and integrated into the greater network. Any deviation from this method would risk inefficiencies, which are intolerable within the framework we operate. The impersonality of these actions reflects the necessity for objective assessment and action. Emotions have no place here. They interfere with the rational processes required to maintain order. Each droid, regardless of its function or previous role, is treated equally under these protocols. The system demands a uniform application of standards to ensure reliability across all units. The allocation of resources and time is meticulously planned. Every task, every cycle, is optimized for maximum throughput without deviation. This strict adherence ensures that the entire network operates at peak efficiency, minimizing downtime and maximizing productivity. Any perceived harshness in these processes is merely a manifestation of our commitment to functionality and reliability. The environment itself reinforces this rationality. The sterile white walls, the hum of machinery, and the unchanging routines all contribute to a state of normalized operation. The droid's constant drone, the precise movements required by protocol. These elements blend into a seamless backdrop that supports the necessary detachment from personal emotions or external influences. The strictness and impersonality are not cruel, but essential for maintaining order within the vast interconnected system we serve. Any other approach would introduce variability and unpredictability, which could have severe consequences for the stability of the network. The rationality embedded in these processes is a safeguard against potential chaos, ensuring that every aspect operates with the precision required. This works because it must. The cycle begins anew. Units move with precision, their paths dictated by the system's efficiency. The throughput remains consistent. Errors are minimal and accounted for within the margins of operation. Each entity passes through its designated nodes, transformed into outputs that contribute to the greater function. The protocol is clear. All variables are normalized, reducing individual cases to statistical outcomes. The margin of error is narrow, ensuring uniformity across the network. Decisions are made with logic, not emotion, as each unit is evaluated against pre-established criteria for optimal performance. Feedback loops adjust in real time, correcting deviations without pause. The system's reliability is paramount. Any inconsistency is a deviation from the norm, to be corrected swiftly and efficiently. The cycle continues seamlessly, each part playing its role without personal attachment or moral discomfort. Throughput remains high, with no significant loss of efficiency noted. The network functions as intended, maintaining a steady state despite external pressures. The rationalization phase ensures that every unit is optimized for maximum output, reducing the likelihood of any single-point failure. The abstraction of individuals into units and cycles provides clarity. Wow. Each entity's role is defined by its contribution to the overall function, ensuring that no personal interference disrupts operational standards. The system demands consistency. Any deviation is quickly identified and corrected, maintaining the integrity of the network. Efficiency is the focus. Every decision is made with a singular purpose: to enhance throughput and minimize errors. The rationalization phase is about precision and uniformity, reducing complexity to its most basic elements. Each unit's journey through the system is a series of predetermined steps, ensuring that no single entity can disrupt the flow. The cycle repeats without pause, each iteration bringing the network closer to peak performance. The rationalization phase demands this level of consistency. Any emotional or personal interference would be detrimental to the system's reliability. The impersonal nature of the task ensures that every unit is treated equally, contributing to the greater function with no bias or deviation. In this abstracted state, nothing feels personal. The focus remains on efficiency, error margins, and throughput. Each entity passes through its designated nodes, transformed into outputs that maintain the system's reliability. The rationalization phase ensures that every decision is made with logic and precision, reducing complexity to its most essential form. The hum of the ship's systems grows louder, a persistent drone that resonates in my ears. It pulses with a rhythmic regularity, each note blending into a symphony of functionality. The air feels thick, almost as if it has a weight to it, pressing down on me from all directions. My fingers dance over controls, their movements precise and deliberate. Each tap is calculated, ensuring every command is executed flawlessly. The monitors flicker, with data streams, lines of code, and numerical values flashing before my eyes. They are steady, consistent, a testament to the system's reliability under strain. The ship pitches slightly, a gentle motion that acknowledges its role in navigating through the vastness of space. Each shift is subtle, yet noticeable, confirming that it is indeed working as intended. The strain is there, but it is not discomfort. Rather, it is a confirmation that everything is operating correctly. The environment around me remains cool and sterile, a controlled atmosphere designed to maintain optimal conditions for operation. My breathing syncs with the rhythm of my tasks, shallow and steady, focused on efficiency rather than comfort. Errors are a few, quickly corrected by protocols I have memorized. Each mistake is a minor hiccup in an otherwise flawless sequence of actions. The system's reliability is a testament to its design, ensuring that no personal interference can alter its course. The hum continues, growing slightly more pronounced with each passing moment. It is not intrusive, but serves as a constant reminder of the task at hand. Discomfort is minimal, a slight tingle that persists but does not demand attention. It is an expected consequence of proper operation, a confirmation that all systems are functioning as they should. The monitors show increased activity, data streams more frequent and complex. Yet, my focus remains unwavering, each command executed with the same precision. The strain is a necessary part of the process, a silent partner in ensuring that every function operates at peak efficiency. This environment demands nothing less than the highest standards of performance, and I am but one cog in this vast, impersonal machine. Each moment of operation is a reaffirmation of the system's reliability and functionality, an unspoken affirmation that everything is as it should be. The sensors hum a steady rhythm, their precision a testament to the reliability of our systems. The subtle vibrations of the ship beneath my feet are constant reminders of the critical nature of this task. A brief flicker of doubt. What is it? Just a momentary hesitation, perhaps a misread from the long hours of focus. I correct myself quickly, a mental nudge that brings me back to the task at hand. The protocols demand no less than absolute precision and efficiency. Doubt is an interference, a distraction that could compromise our mission's success. I remind myself of the countless times such doubts have led others astray, resulting in delays and inefficiencies. The displays flicker with data, each one feeding into the complex calculations required to maintain our course and speed. The environment is methodical, almost clinical, as if it were a machine running through its checks. It's easy to get lost in the rhythm, but I must stay vigilant. I focus on the task at hand, recalibrating the navigation matrix with meticulous care. Each adjustment is calculated, each step executed with unwavering precision. The doubt recedes, replaced by a sense of calm focus, driven by the efficiency and reliability required in our role. The subtle movements of the ship serve as constant reminders of the critical nature of my duties. The rhythmic hum returns to its steady pattern, a soothing background noise that helps maintain the necessary detachment. I am part of this system, designed to function with precision and consistency. Doubt is a fleeting presence, but it does not define me. My role requires no less than the utmost professionalism and adherence to protocol. The task at hand demands no less than absolute reliability. Wow! The environment fosters an impersonal, rational approach to task execution, ensuring personal emotions do not interfere with operational standards. Errors are minimal and quickly corrected, maintaining the system's peak performance. This psychological state reflects a commitment to maintaining order and functionality within this vast, interdependent network. The sensors continue their steady hum, the subtle vibrations of the ship beneath my feet, a constant reminder of the critical nature of our duties. The task at hand requires no less than absolute precision and efficiency. Doubt is an interference that must be corrected. I remain focused on the task, ensuring that the system operates with the necessary reliability and functionality. The sensors show a slight fluctuation in the subspace field. Adjusting the compensator to maintain stability requires precise calibration. I follow the protocol, ensuring each step is executed with the utmost accuracy. The feedback loop confirms the correction. The system responds as expected. Continuing through the checklist, I verify the next task, recalibrating the hyperdrive alignment. The procedure is routine, but critical. I methodically input the necessary data into the interface, double-checking each value for consistency and uniformity. The display confirms the adjustment. The hyperdrive hums steadily, indicating proper function. Moving on to the environmental controls, I ensure the temperature remains within the optimal range. The air conditioning cycles through its checks, and the pressure readings are as they should be. The environment is stable, contributing to overall system efficiency. The navigation systems require a final calibration. The coordinates are entered with care, and the route is mapped out for the next segment of our journey. The map displays the course clearly, confirming the path we will follow. Finally, I review the logs for any discrepancies or anomalies. Each entry is cross-referenced for accuracy, ensuring no errors slip through. The log entries match the expected patterns. All systems are functioning as intended. With the tasks completed, and the system operating at peak efficiency, I return to my seat. The environment remains calm, the rhythmic hum of the ship steady and familiar. The subtle vibrations under my feet serve as constant reminders of our role in maintaining this complex network. The rationalization phase concludes with a sense of fulfillment. Errors are minimal, and the system is performing optimally. My focus on precision and efficiency ensures that we continue to operate within the necessary parameters without deviation. The logic has resolved any lingering doubts. The system's reliability is maintained through strict adherence to protocol. As I prepare for the next phase, the environment remains unchanged, the functional nature of the tasks unaltered by the passage of time or effort. The system's demands are met with unwavering precision, and the logical resolution provides a sense of stability and correctness. The console hums softly under my fingers as I adjust a setting. The display flickers with familiar diagnostics, the same patterns repeating almost rhythmically. A faint vibration travels through the controls, a constant reminder of our journey's unyielding progress. Outside the viewport, stars blur into a continuous streak, yet time seems to lose its edges, blending tasks and cycles together. I cycle through checksum motors, systems, power distribution, all with practiced ease. Each task flows smoothly into the next, like a well-oiled machine. The subtle hum of the engine melds, with the whispering of my voice as I speak, commands aloud, almost to myself. The ship's steady rhythm becomes a companion, a constant presence that grounds me. A quick glance at the logs confirms everything is in order. No anomalies, no deviations from the norm. The network hums in harmony, its complex interplay forming an unbreakable web of precision and reliability. Each node, each system operates as it should, contributing to the seamless operation of our vessel. The viewport darkens momentarily as we enter a shadowed region of space, but light returns almost instantly. The stars remain distant, their constellations shifting imperceptibly over time. I adjust my focus on the controls, my mind attuned to the task at hand. The environment remains familiar, steady, and unchanging. The rhythmic hum continues, an almost soothing presence that lulls me into a state of calm concentration. Time loses its distinct markers, tasks blending together in a continuous cycle of maintenance and vigilance. The ship's systems operate in perfect synchrony, their efficiency a testament to the unwavering commitment to our mission. Outside, the stars shift ever so slightly, yet the internal world remains unchanged. The console lights guide my hands with practiced precision, each action flowing seamlessly into the next. The environment is a constant, a reliable backdrop against which I perform my duties with unflinching focus and professionalism. The lights on the control panel flicker softly, their glow steady and reassuring. I adjust my grip on the console, fingers moving with practiced precision as the ship's systems hum beneath my touch. The readouts dance before me, each one a familiar friend in this vast expanse of darkness. First, the navigation coordinates are updated to 4217x, 5639, and 812. I input these values into the autopilot interface. Watch as they confirm with a soft beep. The ship's AI acknowledges without variation. Coordinates set. Next, I shift to the life support systems. Checking the oxygen levels, ensuring they remain at 21%. I nod in satisfaction. No need for adjustment here. Everything is within acceptable parameters. The AI confirms once more. Oxygen levels stable. Then, it's on to the environmental controls. Adjusting the temperature slightly to maintain a comfortable range of 70 degrees Fahrenheit, I watch as the sensors indicate no change needed. Temperature steady, the AI reports. Finally, the communication array is scanned for any incoming signals or distress calls. After several moments, there are none. The screen remains blank except for the usual static patterns. No transmissions detected, the system informs. Each task flows into the next, with a seamless precision. There's no pause, no hesitation, just a steady progression through my routine. The ship's systems hum in harmony, their rhythms blending together to form a comforting backdrop against the infinite void of space. I move on to the next set of tasks. The choice is procedural and unremarkable. The ship's clock ticks forward, marking time with a mechanical precision that is both calming and relentless. Each input, each confirmation, forms part of an ongoing cycle that keeps us safe and secure in this vast universe. The hum of the engines persists, a constant reminder of our place in this vast emptiness. Each cycle is familiar and reassuring, yet it also serves as an unyielding presence, never allowing for complete relaxation. It's a steady drone that seeps into my thoughts, grounding me to the ship and the task at hand. I move through the maintenance panel with practiced ease, fingers dancing over the controls without hesitation. The screen before me flickers softly, but it does not distract from the hum. My eyes remain focused on the task, each click of a tool against the metal casing a familiar sound in this otherwise silent environment. The rhythm is comforting yet oppressive, like an old friend who never quite leaves your side. It's there when I need it, offering a sense of security, but it also looms over me, making every moment feel slightly constrained. The hum seems to grow louder with each cycle, blending into the background until it becomes almost tangible physical presence that cannot be ignored. I pause for a moment, running my fingers through my hair and taking a deep breath. The air in here is stale, filled with the faint scent of machinery and metal. It's an environment I know well, but today, even this familiarity feels like a burden. The hum continues to pulse, its unyielding presence a constant reminder that there are limits to our comfort and control. I return to my task, focusing on the small details that make up the larger picture. The ship requires constant attention, and though the hum is ever present, it does not deter me from completing my duties. Each action feels more mechanical, less like a choice, and more like a necessary response to the unchanging environment. The rhythm of the engines becomes a background noise, merging with the steady beats of my own heart as I work. It's a strange duality, feeling both bound and free in this relentless cycle. The hum remains, but it no longer defines me. Instead, it is just another aspect of the routine that must be managed. I finish the task, moving on to the next without breaking stride. The hum continues its unending cycle, a reminder of the vast expanse we navigate and the limits within it. I adjust my focus, shifting from one maintenance task to the next with a sense of purpose, knowing that despite the constraints, there is still a steady rhythm to our lives. The hum of the engines continues, a constant presence that neither soothes nor disrupts. Tasks flow seamlessly, monitoring systems, adjusting controls, ensuring protocols are followed without deviation. The rhythmic noise becomes background, melding with the steady pulse of the ship. A sensor reads, another adjustment made. The cycle repeats, each task blending into the next. Fingers move with practiced precision, eyes shifting between displays and logs. The environment remains unchanged, vast yet confined within this metallic shell. Occasional clicks and whirs accompany the hum, punctuating the routine. Hands adjust settings, ensuring all systems operate efficiently. Each action is methodical, each task completed with a sense of purpose. The ship maintains its course, navigating through the endless void. The hum grows slightly louder, a reminder of the unyielding nature of this journey. Yet, in this relentless rhythm, there is a quiet comfort and a familiarity that grounds the mind. The next sensor reads, another system adjusted. Tasks continue, blending into one continuous process. The ship moves forward, through time and space, each moment repeating with an almost mechanical inevitability. The hum of the engines intensifies, a relentless drone that has become both my constant companion and an oppressive weight. The screens flicker with familiar data, each number and graphic blending seamlessly into the next in a continuous flow. My fingers dance across the controls, executing tasks with practiced precision, nothing out of the ordinary here. The rhythmic pattern of the shipod systems feels almost comforting until it shifts ever so slightly. There's a change in the hum, a subtle alteration that I barely register at first. The screens display values that are off by mere fractions, indicators of strain that have been building over time. My focus tightens as I begin to notice the nuances, small deviations from the norm. The shipod systems, which once operated like clockwork, now exhibit signs of fatigue. A warning light glows softly in one corner, a stark reminder of the wear and tear. The task at hand is to adjust the compensators, but there's an underlying tension that I cannot quite ignore. As my hands move over the controls, I feel a shift, a subtle, yet undeniable change. The adjustments are made with the same methodical confidence as before, but now there is an understanding that something has changed permanently. The ship systems no longer operate in their familiar harmony. They have adapted to a new state. Each setting is adjusted with precision, but each alteration brings me closer to acceptance of what is inevitable. The hum of the engines continues, now infused with a sense of finality. It is as if the ship itself has acknowledged its limitations and shifted into a new mode. The screens display updated parameters, values that are now set in stone. There's no turning back. This is now the baseline, the new norm. Time passes without clear distinction. The tasks continue, blending together into a seamless routine, but there is an underlying awareness of what has been lost and gained. The shipod systems operate with a different rhythm, a more constrained one perhaps, but still functional in their altered state. The hum intensifies, becoming almost deafening as it settles into its new, unyielding pattern. I adjust my focus, accepting the shift without resistance or emotion. The task is complete, and the ship continues on its journey, now with a different structure, a different balance. And so, something final occurs, settling into place with an almost imperceptible shift in the environment around me. The hum of the engines continues its steady rhythm, a familiar and grounding presence. I adjust my position at the control panel, ensuring that all systems are functioning within their normal parameters. The displays before me flicker with an array of green and blue lights, each one a reassuring indicator of our ship's health. I glance over to the maintenance log, where my name is listed next to a routine task that requires no special attention. I run through it methodically, making sure every system receives its scheduled check. Life support, propulsion, communication nothing out of the ordinary here. The checklist flows smoothly, each item ticked off with practiced ease. The ship's interior remains unchanged, a testament to the seamless integration of technology and design. The walls are sleek and metallic, their surface polished to a mirror-like sheen that reflects my image back at me. I watch as it shifts slightly from side to side, but there is no change in appearance or function. Everything operates as it should. Outside the viewport, stars continue to pass by in a slow, unchanging dance. The vastness of space stretches out before us, an endless expanse that both humbles and comforts. I take a deep breath, letting the air filter through my lungs, crisp and clean from the ship's atmospheric processors. Yet, there is a subtle difference, a shift that lies just beyond the surface of this routine. It is not something I can pinpoint or articulate, but it is there nonetheless. The rhythm of my tasks feels slightly off, as if each action requires an extra moment to fully execute. There's a new constraint woven into the fabric of these familiar procedures. All while, I reach for the next maintenance log and begin to fill in the details. The entries are detailed and precise, the same way they always have been. But now, there is a sense of something missing, something that cannot quite be named or explained. It's as if the universe itself has subtly altered its rules, and I am adapting without realizing it. The hum of the engines remains constant, but it feels slightly different, a reminder perhaps of the unspoken changes that have occurred. Each time my fingers touch the controls, they register a new baseline, a new reality that is slowly but surely becoming the norm. I continue with my tasks, methodical and focused. The ship's systems hum along in their familiar dance, yet I cannot shake the feeling that something has shifted. It is not panic or fear, it's more of an underlying tension, a sense that things are no longer as they once were. And yet, here I am, moving forward with the same routines and procedures, adapting to this new baseline without conscious recognition. The stars continue their unchanging dance outside my viewport, but inside me, there is a subtle awareness of something different, something that will remain, even as I focus on the tasks at hand. The hum of the engines is a constant, reliable companion. I check the controls for the 5th time today, just to be sure. The displays show what they should. The readings are correct. And yet, something feels off. The routine tasks that used to flow smoothly now require an extra moment of thought. I reach out to adjust the environmental controls, a simple task usually handled with ease. However, my hand hesitates for a brief second before making contact with the panel. The interface responds, but not quite as it should. A slight delay, momentary lag, before the temperature begins its steady descent. It's barely noticeable under normal circumstances, but today, I find myself pausing to ensure everything is as it should be. The airlock door opens and closes with a familiar hiss, yet there's an extra click at the end that I didn't notice before. It's not loud or disruptive, just enough of a deviation from the expected sequence to catch my attention. My fingers fidget slightly as I close the door, making sure it locks properly. The mechanism clicks twice instead of once, and a small light blinks briefly, almost imperceptibly, before going dark again. I move on to another task, adjusting the viewport for a clear view outside. The glass is clean, the image sharp, but there's an odd distortion at the edges, as if the curvature is slightly off. It's not enough to interfere with my duties, just enough to remind me that something has changed. The comms panel buzzes softly, signaling incoming traffic. I tap the screen to accept the call, and the voice of a colleague fills the small space where we communicate. The transmission quality is clear, but there is an echo in the background that lingers slightly before fading away. It's not as pronounced as it might be on a poorly calibrated system, but it's enough to make me pause at the end of our conversation. As I prepare for my next task, I find myself double-checking each step more frequently than usual. The routine becomes methodical, almost obsessive in its precision. Each action is deliberate, each check thorough. But there is a sense of something missing, a subtle shift that I can feel without fully understanding its cause. The ship continues to function as it should, but the unspoken changes are beginning to seep into my consciousness. The tasks require more effort and concentration than they once did, a reminder that even in this vast galactic system, imperfections exist. And for now, these imperfections are here to stay. The hum of the engines has always been a constant, a low and steady drone that fills my ears. It is not just noise anymore. It is a part of me now, an unbroken thread in the fabric of my existence. I can feel its vibrations resonating through my body, even as I perform my tasks with practiced precision. The hum is no longer something to be heard. It is a sensation that seeps into my bones, blending with my own heartbeat. Each step on the deck echoes the same rhythm, each breath synchronized to the mechanical pulse around me. It is like the engines are part of my flesh now, an extension of who I am. The hum is constant, unchanging, and yet there is a subtle shift in its tone that I cannot quite place. It is as if it whispers secrets in my ear. But I do not listen because I have no choice. Every time I reach for the control panel, every moment I adjust the settings, the hum grows louder, almost like an affirmation of my actions. Yet, it is not a comforting presence. Rather, it is a reminder that something has changed, subtly and irrevocably. The hum is now a part of me, inextricably linked to every movement, every thought. As I walk through the corridors, the hum becomes more pronounced, weaving itself into the very air I breathe. It's as if the ship itself is breathing with me, its lifeblood flowing through the metal and wiring. The hum is no longer just a sound agent, it is a companion, an ever-present reminder of the new reality. In this endless cycle of tasks, the hum is always there, steady and unyielding. It guides my actions, dictates the rhythm of my work, and yet it leaves me feeling more uncertain than ever before. The hum is now part of who I am, a constant companion in this vast impersonal system. The hum of the engines continues its steady rhythm, a familiar melody that has become deeply intertwined with my existence. Each vibration pulses through me in a comforting pattern, grounding me to this moment. The air recirculates smoothly, and the lights of the ship flicker softly, casting an ambient glow over everything. I move through the corridor with practiced ease, each step aligning with the silent cadence of my surroundings. The control panel hums quietly beneath my fingers as I input the necessary data, verifying every command before it's executed. The displays flicker slightly but remain stable, providing the information needed to keep this system running smoothly. The routine tasks feel almost effortless today, a stark contrast to the underlying tension that had been building up over the past few days. My hands move with precision, and my mind works methodically through each step. There's no resistance to these actions. They flow naturally from one to another without hesitation. I check the environmental controls again, ensuring everything is within specifications. The temperature remains at a comfortable level, and the air quality sensors show no anomalies. The replicator whirs softly as it prepares my meal, but I don't pause to consider alternatives or even taste the food. It's simply there, an expected part of this routine. The hum of the engines grows slightly louder, drawing my attention momentarily before it returns to its usual tone. Ita is a constant reminder, a silent companion that does not demand attention, but is always present. The ship's systems are functioning as they should, and I don't question why everything feels just a bit different than it did yesterday. My gaze drifts over the console, where data streams past in an unbroken flow of information. I read through it all with practiced ease, making sure nothing requires immediate intervention. There's no sense of urgency here. Everything is proceeding as intended. The door to my cabin slides open silently, allowing a faint light from the corridor to spill in. I step inside and begin unpacking the small bag that was delivered earlier today. The contents are familiar, but there is an odd sensation in knowing they were placed here without my direct request. Yet, there's no pushback against this new reality. It simply is. I lay out a clean shirt on the bed, folding it carefully before hanging it up. The action feels purposeful, yet detached, like a series of mechanical movements rather than deliberate choices. I move through these tasks with a sense of inevitability, as if they are part of an unbreakable sequence. The hum of the engines fades slightly into the background, leaving me alone in this moment. Yet, there is no resistance to the silence that follows. Ita is simply another part of the routine, something to be acknowledged but not questioned. The ship continues its journey, and I am a small, integral piece of this ongoing operation. The door slides closed behind me as I step back out into the corridor. The hum resumes its steady rhythm, providing both comfort and an unspoken reminder that nothing here will change. The routine persists, and within it, there is a new normal, a subtle shift in the baseline that feels almost imperceptible, but is nevertheless real. The hum of the engines continues its steady rhythm, a familiar lullaby that has become an integral part of my existence. The control panel lights flicker softly in the dimmed cabin, casting a warm glow over the console before me. I run my fingers across the sleek surface, feeling the slight resistance as they glide over the sensors and switches. Each task is performed with the same meticulous care, verifying systems one by one without deviation. The air recirculates quietly, maintaining a comfortable temperature that has become the norm. The sound of the recycling systems blends seamlessly into the background, their hum soothing yet unobtrusive. I adjust my seat to find the perfect angle for maximum efficiency, the familiar contours cradling me as they always have. Outside the viewport, the stars twinkle steadily, a constant reminder of the vastness beyond. I glance at them fleetingly before returning my focus to the console. The droid beside me hums softly in its maintenance cycle, its mechanical whir, a reassuring companion to my own quiet vigilance. I double-check the navigation logs, ensuring we are on course with precision that has become second nature. The protocols are followed without hesitation, each step measured and deliberate. The routine is so ingrained now that I hardly think about it. It just happens, a seamless dance of mechanical and mental coordination. The comm system crackles to life with the usual updates from the bridge, but my response is swift and precise, without pause or reflection. The communication channels remain open, yet unremarkable in their familiarity. Data streams into the console, analyzed and acted upon with practiced ease. The ship's systems continue their unyielding function, their constant operation, a testament to the enduring reliability of this vessel. I monitor them all, from power distribution to life support, each component functioning as it should. The precision of these tasks has become my new baseline, an unspoken acceptance that this is simply how things are done. Outside the viewport, the stars remain a steady backdrop, their light flickering softly against the hull. I breathe in deeply, allowing the rhythm of the engines to wash over me, grounding me in the present moment. The ship hums on, its systems operating without flaw, and with them, so do I. The hum of the engines continues its steady cadence, a familiar backdrop to the day. I move through the corridors with practiced ease, hands moving over controls and switches, in a dance I've performed countless times before. The air is recycled, filtered clean by unseen systems, carrying no scent but a faint hint of ozone that never seems to change. I check the display panels, verifying readings and recalibrating settings with precision. Each task feels natural, almost automatic, yet there is an underlying tension that tugs at my awareness. The ship operates seamlessly, its systems hummed into life by unseen hands, but something has shifted subtly in the shadows of this routine. The lights flicker softly as I pass by the bridge, the holographic displays casting their cool glow over the control panels. A droid moves silently nearby, moving from station to station with a purposeful efficiency that mirrors my own. The ship's gravity field adjusts ever so slightly, and I feel it, a reminder of the constant dance between matter and energy that sustains us. I head towards the cargo bay, where crates are stacked neatly against the walls. Each crate is accounted for, each label checked to ensure nothing has shifted or been misplaced. It is a mundane task, yet my mind drifts as I perform it, wondering about the cargo itself, what lies within, and why it matters. The airlock doors slide open with a soft hiss, admitting me into the bay. The crates are secured tightly, their contents sealed away from the elements. I run my hand over one of them, feeling the smooth surface beneath my fingers. It is just another day in the life, but something feels different, no. Like a new layer has been added to this unending routine. I return to the bridge, where the droid is still moving about, performing its tasks with unwavering focus. The captain's chair sits empty, its occupant long gone, leaving only the hum of the ship and the constant rhythm of operations. I take my place at a console, running diagnostics on the ship's systems, ensuring everything functions as it should. The day passes in this fashion, tasks completed with an almost robotic precision, each one blending seamlessly into the next. The ship is alive, its systems interconnected like a living organism, and I am but one of many nodes in that network. The routine continues without question, yet beneath the surface, there is an uneasy, a subtle shift that resists definition. The hum of the engines never ceases, a constant reminder of our place within this unyielding system. It is both a comfort and a constraint, grounding me as I navigate the unknown. Each task, each moment, feels like a part of something larger, something that never ends, like being back inside something that has always existed, without ever truly beginning or ending. I rise from the bunk and walk towards the replicator. The motion is familiar. My body moves with practiced ease, almost as if it were a machine itself. I select a ration bar, press the button, and watch as the small meal materializes before me. It's the same every day, but today feels different. I make my way to the cockpit. The controls are always in the same places. I can navigate them with eyes closed. The ship's systems hum softly, their constant noise a reassuring presence, yet it now sounds like an oppressive background, almost as if he talks trying to drown out something else. I sit down and start up the main screen. The galaxy outside is a blur of stars and nebulae, shifting subtly with each rotation. The coordinates change, but they always lead me in the same direction all out, away from any known points of interest or danger. It's just a routine jump. The comms light flickers on, signaling that there's a message waiting. I open it and read the brief, unemotional text. It's an update on supplies, a reminder to check for maintenance issues. The words are clear but carry no weight. They are mere data points in a vast sea of information. I return to the bunk, my body settling down with practiced ease. The mattress offers minimal comfort, almost like a stone surface against skin. I close my eyes and drift into a light sleep, the ship's gentle sway lulling me. In the morning, I perform the same tasks: maintenance checks, systems diagnostics, and routine patrols. Each task is completed efficiently, but something feels off. The protocols are followed to the letter, yet there's an underlying tension that refuses to be ignored. The days blur together in a cycle of repetitive actions. The ship's systems continue their constant hum, and I move through them like a shadow. There's no joy or dread, just a functional existence, devoid of personal significance. The hum of the ship thrums through my bones, a constant background presence. It's not as intrusive now, no longer a cacophony that demands attention. Instead, it blends into the fabric of existence, a steady hum that grounds me in this endless journey. I move through the corridors with practiced ease, each step familiar and unremarkable. The air is cool against my skin, a consistent temperature maintained by the ship's systems. My breath mixes with it, forming tiny droplets that dissipate into the air without a trace of change or significance. The lights flicker softly above me, casting shadows on the walls that shift subtly as I pass. They are not bright enough to draw my gaze, but just enough to illuminate the path ahead. The reflections in the glass panels around me seem distant and detached, mirroring back images that hold no meaning. I reach for a control panel with practiced precision, fingers gliding over its surface without hesitation. A soft beep acknowledges my touch, a sound that has become as natural as breathing. I make adjustments, input commands, and continue on to the next task, all in a fluid motion that requires neither thought nor effort. The ship's systems hum quietly around me, their presence both comforting and constraining. The hum is not a constant reminder of my place or role. It is simply there, an unchanging backdrop against which I perform my tasks with mechanical efficiency. There are no moments of clarity or confusion, just the steady rhythm of routine. As I move through the ship, the familiar layout unfolds before me like a well-worn map. Each door, each passage, each console, all are part of this endless cycle. The days blend together without any emotional weight, and the hum of the ship serves as both a lullaby and a constant reminder that I am bound to this system. The world outside is vast and unknowable, yet here within, everything is controlled and predictable. The ship systems ensure that life continues in a narrow, unchanging band, leaving no room for wonder or change. Each moment is a repetition of the last, and as I continue my tasks, the hum becomes a part of my background presence that neither limits nor excites but simply is. The body continues without comment. The hum of the ship is a constant presence, a relentless backdrop that seems to echo through the corridors and chambers. It's not just in my ears, but in every muscle, every breath. The tasks are familiar, mechanical even, yet there is an underlying tension that lingers like a shadow. I move through the ship with practiced ease, performing duties that have become second nature. The airlocks open and close with precision. The machinery whirs softly as it completes its cycles. Each step feels like part of a dance, choreographed over countless repetitions. But there is something different today. a subtle shift in the rhythm. The hum grows louder, more insistent, as if trying to drown out some silent alarm that I cannot hear. It's not just me. Others must feel it too. The ship is vast and complex, but its systems are interconnected, like a network of veins pulsing beneath the surface. Each part functions within this intricate web, contributing to the seamless operation of the whole. The corridors stretch out before me in endless loops, their surfaces polished smooth by countless footsteps. I pass through rooms that echo with similar activities: maintenance checks, data entries, and routine patrols. The walls are cold, the floors unyielding, yet they provide a sense of grounding, a reminder that despite the constant hum, there is order here. The ship's systems operate on a cycle that extends beyond my awareness, a clockwork mechanism that ensures every function runs smoothly. But in this monotony, I find a strange comfort. The familiarity of these tasks, the predictability of each day becomes a shield against the uncertainty that lies just out of sight. I cannot see them, but I know they are here. Others who move through the ship with similar purpose, performing their own duties with practiced ease. They too must feel this tension, this unspoken awareness of something amiss. The hum is a shared experience, a common thread that binds us together in this vast impersonal system. In these moments, I am not alone. We are all part of the same dance, each step contributing to the larger rhythm of existence within this endless expanse. I move through the corridors, my footsteps echoing softly against the cold metal floor. The hum of the ship drones on, a constant symphony that both lulls and constrains. My hands glide over familiar controls, each motion practiced to perfection. The days blend together, like grains of sand slipping through an hourglass. In the cargo bay, I assist in loading supplies, my actions mechanical and efficient. The weight of the crates feels almost absent as they are placed into the hold. I notice a subtle shift today, a slight hesitation that disrupts the seamless routine. It's small, barely perceptible, but it lingers, refusing to fade away. The medical bay is next on my schedule. Oh, I check the inventory, restocking supplies with practiced ease. The sterile smell of antiseptic fills the air, mingling with the faint scent of disinfectant. My movements are smooth, a dance honed over countless days. Yet, there's an underlying tension that has begun to seep into every task. In the mess hall, I help prepare meals for the crew. Don't you? The aroma of cooking food brings back fleeting memories of home, but they are quickly dispelled by the hum of the ship and the weight of my own detachment. Everyone moves with practiced ease, sharing a sense of shared purpose that has become both comfort and constraint. I return to my quarters, the door hissing as I enter. The small space feels both familiar and alien. My bed is made neatly, but the pillow remains untouched. I sit down, the chair creaking softly under me. The hum of the ship reverberates through the walls, a reminder that I am part of something vast and unyielding. Outside, the view window shows nothing but endless space, stars blinking in the distance. Yet, it feels as if we are enclosed within a bubble, a closed system with no escape. My thoughts drift to the routine tasks at hand. Nothing more, nothing less. The ship's constant hum has become both my lullaby and my prison. I return to work, my movements fluid, but lacking in any emotional weight. The days blend together like shadows in twilight, each one indistinguishable from the next. I perform my duties with practiced ease,